Hey guys, so 4 months later with the base model M4 Mac Mini, 256 gigabytes of storage. This is the bare bones base model, 16 gigabytes of RAM. And so 4 months on, guys, what are my thoughts on it? How do I feel about it? How has it performed over the last 4 months? And, do I have any regrets in purchasing this? And would I recommend it to you guys, to the viewers watching this channel? Would I recommend the M4 base model Mac Mini if you're just a regular user or if you're a content creator? Would I recommend the M4 Mac Mini? So let's get into it, guys. As I mentioned, purchased it 4 months ago. Just for the basis of transparency, I did actually return it a little while ago. So about a month ago, I did return it, just because I wanted to test out the M4 Pro Mac Mini and the M4 Mac Studio that came out recently. So I did purchase those. I did test them out as well, and I didn't notice any. There was obviously a big performance difference between this and those, but in my opinion, it wasn't worth the extra premium you're paying on top of that. This was, I picked it up for £539 from Amazon. And even at £599, which is the full price for this base model, I still think it's an amazing price for what you're getting. And the M4 Pro Mac Mini, you're looking at over double the price for that. Even if you pick it up on sale, it's still over double the price if you pick up this on sale. And the M4 Max, obviously, that you're looking at 2 grand for that computer there. So for me, you guys have seen what I'm doing on the channel. I don't need anything crazy powerful. The M4 Mac Mini is powerful enough for me, and it's getting through my workloads with no problem. I was experiencing some sort of slower export times in the video editing software I was using. I was using Shotcut before, but I now have transitioned to DaVinci Resolve, which is a bit more better optimized for Mac, and now I'm getting better performance. So since I've transitioned to DaVinci Resolve, I've noticed better export times and a bit more of a streamlined workflow, a better workflow with DaVinci Resolve. So that sort of solved that problem there. And in terms of the performance of the M4 Mac Mini as a general computer, it's an amazing little computer. It's tiny, it's really small. As you can see, my desk isn't massive itself here, but it still takes up really a lot less space on the desk compared to something like the M4 Mac Studio, which I had, and it was taking up a massive space on the desk, and it just felt a little bit cramped for space when it came to this desk. I just feel like this is a really good form factor for a computer, and it has performed really well. As a general computer, it does everything you need it to do. It opens web pages incredibly fast. If we just open Safari here, this is BBC News. By the way, amazing win yesterday for Rory McIlroy in the Masters at Augusta, Georgia. That was really an amazing win for him, and he's completed the career Grand Slam. I don't know how many of you guys are golf fans, but I'm a golf fan, and I follow the golf. And he's the latest news today because obviously he's made a really good historic achievement there, and yeah, it was amazing watching that last night. But yeah, coming back to the M4 Mac Mini, it is really fast. It opens up web pages. It opens up different apps you may use incredibly fast. The single core performance is really, really good. This year's M4 series of chips, for all of them, I don't have the exact benchmarks, and don't ask me for any benchmarks because I don't really do that too much on the channel. But the single core performance is absolutely faster than any other M series chip in the past, and so when opening up web pages, when opening up programs, you're going to get absolute excellent performance, really fast performance when it comes to that. In terms of more advanced things, maybe something like video editing, if you're into that, coding and things like that, I still think this is a really good option. The M4 chip in general is absolutely amazingly powerful, and you don't really need to go to the M4 Pro or M4 Max unless you're doing something really that warrants that extra performance, which I don't believe a lot of people are doing, including myself. I don't think I'd actually need that much performance. The M4 chip is still really powerful. I can export my videos. It normally takes about half the time, the length of the video to export, which to me is really good. And in terms of scrubbing on the timeline and things like that, it's still really, really fast. Yeah, just in general, the port selection is maybe a limiting factor here. You may be after some USB A ports and an SD card reader, but that's nothing a dongle can't solve. And I've got one of these. So this is a just an adapter, USB A to USB C adapter. So if I want to use a USB A device, then I can just pop this in here just like that, and then pop in the device into this USB A port there. So there's ways around things, and so I don't think that's anything to worry about in my opinion. I think you can get hubs as well which go underneath the Mac Mini, and that will also open up the port selection for your Mac Mini. In terms of storage, 256 gigabytes is not a lot, I agree, but for my workflow it is enough, but that's with the help of some external storage. So this is the Samsung T7 Shield external SSD, and this is a 2 terabyte version, and I use this with my Mac Mini. I normally have it connected and keep it plugged in most of the time, and yeah, it definitely does help me with the storage. So when I make videos, as if you guys don't know, if it's your first time here on the channel, I do make videos. I do make review videos for generally for iPhone cases, so do check out my other videos if you're interested in those. But yeah, as soon as I make a video, generally after a few videos being on the internal storage of the Mac Mini, I do transfer it over to the external storage I have here, the Samsung T7 Shield. I will leave the links in the description below, so if you want to pick up that external storage, you can pick it up. And so I generally don't try to clog the internal storage too much, because obviously there isn't too much there in the first place. So I want to keep it running as fast as possible. So that's the reason I do use external storage. And the Samsung T7 Shield is a really fast external SSD. So I do recommend that. In terms of my peripherals here, I do have a dual monitor, 24-inch, 120 hertz monitor. It's not 4K, but for me, I don't really need a 4K monitor. It does the job for me just fine. In terms of the keyboard, I do have the K950 from Logitech, which I really like, and I did test this against the MX keys as well, and I did have the Apple Magic Keyboard, but I settled on this one in the end because I just like how good the key travel is on this. I enjoy pressing the keys on this, and it is a really comfortable typing experience. And then I'm using the MX Master 3S as my mouse, and it's really ergonomic to hold, and I can use it for long periods of time without any fatigue kicking in. Yeah, in general, those are my peripherals, and it is quite a simple setup I've got here. I don't actually have any speakers because I believe the M4 Mac Mini speakers are generally good enough. They're actually pretty good, and when I compare this to the Mac Studio, M4 Mac Studio speakers, this is actually better in my opinion. So they've done something with the new Mac Mini. Alongside making it so small, they've actually improved the speakers as well compared to I can't compare it to the last Mac Mini because I didn't have it, but compared to the M4 Mac Studio, they are really good speakers. But I do plan on getting some in the future, so if you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments below for any good speakers. I'm looking at maybe some Logitech speakers, or Sanyun, I've seen that as a brand on Amazon, or the Creative Pebble speakers, so I'm looking into those, or maybe some edifiers too if I spot a good deal on those too. So, but let me know your suggestions for speakers down in the comment section below. I'm looking to obviously expand this setup here, maybe get some nice lighting as well. But in general, I'm really happy with my simple, minimal setup here, and I don't think I'll be changing too much here, to be honest with you. This is where I make all my videos. Yeah, but coming back to the M4 Mac Mini, it is incredibly powerful. And it does everything I need it to do. In general, I use it for emails. I use it for simple things like emails, and web browsing, research for content creation, videos you see on the channel. Generally, I'll research them using the M4 Mac Mini here, and write down some notes and things like that. And also, yeah, I do use it for more high-end things like video editing as well. All the videos on this channel you'll see at the moment are being created on this M4 Mac Mini, and so it is my workhorse at the moment, and I'm really enjoying using it. It is such a, as I mentioned earlier, a really good form factor, nice and easy to fit on the desk. It doesn't take up a lot of space. It just keeps everything looking really minimal, and it creates an environment where you actually want to create content and you want to sit at the desk and use the M4 Mac Mini, just because it creates a really sort of ambient and a nice, just a simple working environment, really. We do get the headphone jack, which I don't really use too much. Maybe if I pick up speakers, I'll have to use that if it's not Bluetooth speakers, which I pick up. But in general, I'm happy with the port selection. I'm happy with the speed of this as well. In general, using DaVinci Resolve on the M4 Mac Mini, I'm happy with the export speeds and things like that. And yeah, you can't really go wrong in my opinion for £599 here in the UK or $599 in the US. You can't really go wrong in my opinion. I think it's a really good price for a computer which gives you this much power and this much versatility in what you can do with it. You can use it for content creation. You can use it as, if you're a student, you can use it for your purposes as well. You can use Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint and things like that, Keynote pages, whatever you want to use on this, it is capable of using that. So if you're a student, I wouldn't have any worries using this, but you may need the portability. That's where the MacBook Air comes in, and you may want that to give you the portability, but also connect it up to a display and use it when you're at home too. But in general, if you don't really need to move from your desk, which I generally, I like to have that sort of that line between work and then family life. So I generally tend to do all of my work at my desk here, and so portability isn't a massive thing for me. But I do have the MacBook Air as well if I do need that portability. So I'm quite lucky in that sense that I have that option there. But yeah, it's so small you can actually pack it with you. You can take it out and about. I generally wouldn't do that myself because I've got the MacBook Air, but you can do that. You can actually take it into different rooms. You can take it downstairs, upstairs in your house, and connect it up with maybe a portable display and use it that way. It's that small. You can actually travel with it, take it to hotel rooms, connect it up to a display, and use it there too. So you've got that option there too. Um, but yeah, generally for if you're a student, excellent option in my opinion. If you're a content creator, even a really good option. If you're a general user of a computer, use it for admin and things like that. Use it for emails. You use it maybe to watch a few YouTube videos or maybe a few movies on it as well. Then it's good for that too, in my opinion. So it's a very versatile device, and just look at how small it is. It's tiny. Really, really small form factor. I keep coming back to it, but it is a really attractive trait of the M4 Mac Mini, and in my opinion, they've done a really good job. Content creators aren't going on about this M4 Mac Mini for no reason. You really have to see it in person, and then you can just sort of see for yourself just how small it is and how much power you can get out of such a small machine. So I would actually recommend the M4 Mac Mini for most of you guys out there. I don't actually recommend the M4 Pro Mac Mini unless you really, really need that extra power and you need those fast, really fast export times. But in my opinion, I think you're going to be quite happy with the M4 Mac Mini. It's plenty power for most people. It is a really, really good computer, and in general, I do definitely recommend it. Yeah, I think that's about it really, because I just wanted to give my views. After 4 months using the M4 Mac Mini, I'm really happy with it. I don't need to change to a MacBook Pro or a M4 Pro Mac Mini or a Mac Studio. I'm really, really happy with the M4 Mac Mini. But who knows in the future? You know, I do make reviews on the channel, so I may be testing out different devices. But for now, this is my workhorse. This is, you know, running this YouTube channel at the moment. The M4 Mac Mini, the tiny M4 Mac Mini, and yeah, in general, I'm really happy with it. And it is a computer I would recommend to most of you guys out there, unless you're doing some crazy stuff, which most of us guys, let's put it this way, we're not actually doing that. So yeah, that's it for this one, guys. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, drop it a like, leave a comment in the comment section below. And we're approaching 2,000 subscribers on the channel, so I'm really excited. And you know, be part of that journey. Definitely subscribe to the channel and help us to get to that 2,000 subscriber mark as soon as possible. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. So if you are a subscriber, I really, really appreciate your support. And if you aren't, please subscribe. And watch the latest videos that come out on the channel. I'm really excited to make some more content coming to you guys in the near future. Thank you guys. See you in the next video. Take care. Bye.